Welcome back to R2G2. We are the reviews to go to. And we're bringing you another fantastic review here. We saw two kids movies this week. This one was BFG, if you can't tell. It's a story about a girl who gets literally taken from her bed. Not in a creepy way, but then she's taken away by a huge giant. And essentially she's just wearing pajamas the whole time, so we just decided to wear our pajamas.
Well, she's got like a funky kind of dress coat thing.
She wears a blanket.
A blanket for most of the movie, yeah.
So essentially that's why our attire's like this, and Sam was freaking asleep.
I was asleep, yeah, sorry. But
I don't really own pajamas, so I literally just sleep in my boxers.
in your birthday suit?
Well, no. But just in case you gotta run outside, you gotta have something on. So...
Alright, so the BFG is what it's called.
Can we all just, from the get-go, I think we're all thinking big God.
Whoa!
Yeah, hey, whoa, hey, come on!
I apologize for the word that's...
family show!
I apologize for the word that's probably been censored out already.
It's the big, friendly giant.
Friendly giant.
We're on the same
Super
page.
friendly.
Friendly.
Alright, so let's just jump right in. Initial thoughts. Steven Spielberg. Senor Spielbergo.
Yeah, are you calling me
back.
Steven Spielberg?
Oh, well. I will call you Steven.
I wish I was.
This is Spielberg, and which is actually kind of not odd, but I think it's impressive that the man can do something like Bridge of Spies last year, heavy drama with Tom Hanks,
Bridge of Snores.
and then come back with just a pure G-rated kids movie the next year.
And he didn't just come back with that, but he brought his Academy Award-winning Best Supporting Actor,
Yeah,
Mark Rylance, back
Mr. Rylance
as the BFG.
Yeah, Academy Award winner, Mark Rylance.
Well, they did at least make him look still like Mark Rylance, but they kind of took him out of the old man body and made him kind of like a very skinny,
thin, lanky old man.
Thin, yeah.
Am I the only one who, like, there's the visual aspect of this movie kind of took me out of it? Like, it looked very cartoony in design. Like, the production design was well done. I enjoyed I use the word design again, the design of his home, but there were elements in the actual BFG's design where they didn't make it super realistic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but
they kept him a cartoon, like held to the design of the novel.
But I mean, is that a downside?
I had a hard. It was the uncanny valley. I kind of had issues with it, but maybe that was just me.
It is a weird mixture because it certainly looks a lot like Mark Rylance, the actor, but on a cartoony body.
Yeah, it's like they literally just took his face and pasted it onto something completely different.
It was fine with me. It's a fantasy, like a kid's fantasy, so I was okay with the way things looked. The other giants are even freakier looking.
Which are gigantic, right?
Like huge.
In comparison to him.
Those are big effing giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think not having read the story, I didn't know there was other giants in it.
Yeah.
And so when they appeared and they were like 3 times the size and they were calling him Runt, it was kind of like,
oh man, where do we fit?
And they were so like dumb and dim-witted, but like they were just clumsily like strong and destructive.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't even know where they can go with the story because they can totally just mess up everything.
Have you guys read the book? I've never read. I was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I don't think I've read it.
Now, I think that's one of the issues I had going in, and by no means is this a bad film, but there's a real sense of realism for the most part. Do you know what I mean? In Willy Wonka, the one with Gene Wilder, which I think we can all agree is the definitive version.
Right.
But there was so much of this where it's even London didn't look real.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is certainly one of those movies where it's like, this is a movie universe, it's not like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it was for kids. So.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I think we can all agree, like, this movie is great for kids. I think kids will love it. It's just not our demographic.
It's not one of those Spielberg films where everyone would love it.
Yeah, it's meant for kids. We're a bunch of, mid-20-year-olds.
We are.
Like, it's entertaining enough that it held my attention, but I certainly wouldn't watch it again, but I imagine this movie would be on repeat at like a 5-year-old's house.
Yeah, like I think watching this movie is the akin to like reading an actual like storybook, like a 20-page, very shortly written, where it's kind of like, it doesn't hold your attention anymore, but it like, just the events that take place really just seem like scattered, but like they all somehow fit together. And like, so it's kind of like along those lines where it's like it's gonna hold your attention long enough, but you're still not gonna be like fully engulfed anymore.
Right.
Your imagination's not as captivated as the screen's trying to be for younger kids.
Although my imagination and attention was purely on the screen when the BFG hands the Queen some of that fizzy green syrup or whatever.
Something like that.
He's the farting juice.
Farting juice.
He's drinking some lean or whatever that is. But yeah, the farting juice. That was a hilarious scene.
It was quite a scene. I didn't know who was getting involved, but then they started passing it around, and the generals were getting involved. And they were all fine with it too.
It literally turns your butt into like a jet engine.
Did you guys ever watch Zero Man, which was an animated show that starred Leslie Nielsen and Ryan Reynolds?
No.
So he was like a 68. It was on television. He was like a 68-year-old man who lived with his mother, and he was a mailman. And he was a superhero, but his like entrance to his secret lair was a butt scan on a toilet, and he flew by farting.
Right on.
So the minute anybody is projected into the air via fart, that's instantly what it talks. What did you guys think of the little girl?
She was great.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I think she did a great job. I mean, she obviously had to act amongst a lot of green screen and against nothing. Yeah, so it's like another Life of Pi situation here where...
Life of Pi or Jungle Book.
Right, so...
But she seemed to command the screen and like actually like give sort of the authoritative...
She was very...
like orphan... Right. Like she had to watch over the younger kids, so now she's watching over herself.
She was very charismatic.
And this one who's kind of like a senile grandpa mixed with like a very young child, giant, where it was kind of like... You didn't know what version of him you were going to get, so she had to keep him in line.
It's weird, because I feel like we have a lot of positive things to say, but...
We're being very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not being nitpicky, but I think...
We're super lax on the boredom that we experience. It's probably the nicest, harsh way to put it.
I think we should talk overall about... Are we in this era of Steven Spielberg where it's starting to decline in quality?
I get what you mean. I think maybe it's a slump in terms of movies that he's making that just don't interest us. Mm-hmm. I think Ready Player One certainly will be one that will interest all of us and will probably be the return of Spielberg in that sense. But yeah, he's a quality filmmaker. I have faith in him. He's certainly proven himself numerous times. So I'll let him have a Bridge of Spies. I'll let him have a BFG. But as long as he comes back swinging with the next one, I'm cool.
Yeah, it does feel like he's been like sitting on these stories for some time, and he's like, now he kind of like he's Steven Spielberg. He has pull with studios to make movies he wants to make.
Probably just walk in and be like, I want to make this movie. And they're like, okay, Mr. Spielberg.
So like they're letting him go. They're letting him be Spielberg, and then like he gets to make these. There's passion project, and then we'll get like the big consumer lovable movies again one time.
Right.
With Indiana Jones 5.
So we'll wait to see that.
Kingdom of the Shia LaBeouf.
But for this movie, what are we saying, guys?
I think if you've got small children and they're into fantasy, and even not so, this is a movie I would have no issues with taking my kids to see.
Yeah.
But as somebody in their mid-20s, I think you can pass it. Then again, I know a lot of people love this novel.
Right.
So if you like the book, I think you would absolutely love the film. It does a great job of being an adaptation because I have a couple of close friends who love this book.
Right.
And they thoroughly enjoyed it. But if you're gonna have issues with a kid-targeted fantasy film, it may be a skip for you. So it's like in the middle where it's a family-friendly movie, but I don't think unless you're going with your family, you might not enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, I think I agree with you 100%. Definitely good for the family. If you're by yourself watching Netflix, you might get bored and switch to something else. So, yeah, again, families, good.
Yeah, I don't feel like shameful or that I wasted time watching this movie, but I don't think it's something I'm going to revisit.
No.
But like, hopefully, like for young girls, they're inspired by like the lead.
Yeah.
And like it could be their Iron Giant kind of thing. Like I'm sure we grew up with the Iron Giant.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And like we dreamed of having like this big friend. Like maybe young girls can like dream of having like some big friend as well. And like hopefully that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's something like that. So but I think that'll wrap it up for this review. Next one you can catch is I believe the next one to come out is The Secret Life of Pets, so we'll have that one coming out for you. And And
I don't plan on seeing that.
Yeah. So just, on YouTube, just give us a subscribe, give us the old thumbs up. And we also do a podcast. You can check that out if you want a more in-depth and or more swearing review.
It's not family friendly.
Not as friendly, but I screwed that word up. But
Friendly.
friendly. But you can check that out. iTunes, on Podcast Garden, Galaxy Quest Podcast. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter. So check that out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And we'll catch you next time. I think now it's back to nap time, so peace.
See ya.